Well, hello and good morning. How goes it all? Yeah, I mentioned that we were probably going to go live today. So I figured, why the hell not? The initial plan is to do Phas because my goal is to work on the damn trophy. I need to upgrade it. I need to finish it. So that's first thing. I'm so sneezy. If all else fails, I'm going to go find like medicine around the house somewhere. Woo. So sneezy. How do we get in a game with me today? You don't. No, we're not doing video games today. That was yesterday. You just have medicine lying around. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. Yeah, I swear pollen is like amped up and ready to rock. Holy moly. You know, it's 9:30 in the damn morning. Yes, I'm aware. No stream gifts you a Phasmo badge. Zero gift you a Phasmo badge. Yeah. Welcome in, friends. Hello. Florida pollen sucks. Yeah, Maryland pollen sucks too. I would have to agree. Unfortunately, my Spotify, God damn it, my Spotify Stream Deck thing is not working. So I do have a backup. Gamer fan? Great. Thanks. Great. Hi, Davini. That's right. I'll just sit here and blow my nose all day. It'll be fine. If worst comes to worst, I'll go find medicine somewhere lying around my house. Juju. It's 8:30 for you? Yeah, I got up at like, I don't know, like 8:30, hung out with Joe, chilled, looked at stuff. I was going to work on videos this morning, but I was like, you know what? I'll work on videos later. It'll be fine. You're the one that said it. Okay. Say it, don't spray it kind of thing. I know what you mean. Urza, thank you for the 7 months. Philly, thank you for the 2 months. Karina, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate you guys. Finally witnessing a fast stream. I know that for many, it is not the best time, my streams, my Monday through Friday streams. So it's nice when I can do a either Sunday stream or I do a Saturday stream, just a stream that happens during the day. So here we are. Yeah. Let's open Phasmo and see how much progress we need to make, because I don't know how many points we need. You slept for 12 hours. I slept for like, what time is it? Got up around like 8. Went to bed probably. I got like 5 or 6. That's pretty typical for me. Pretty typical. All right. Allow me to blow my nose again.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Beep, 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 beep. Start my day with a flash stream. Oh, appreciate you, friend. You slept for 5? Yeah, typically like 5 is usually what I get. I'm sure, I am almost certain somewhere within our medicines, somewhere we have like some decongestion stuff. I'm sure. It's just a matter of finding it. So if I have to, we will. We'll do what we got to do. What do you have set as your push to talk? My mouse. Yeah. I use my mouse buttons for local and, well, for push to talk and for global. The things in the stuff. Devil, thank you for the 29 months. Demon Fan, thank you for the 17. Wish I could watch. We're going to be listening, but sadly I'm stuck at work. Oh, I got to change the playlist. Oh, God, sorry. Stuck at work. Glad to listen to the stream. All right, we're gonna yell some pretty awful things so Demon can hear us from work. How are the updates? What updates? There ain't no stinking updates. What do you mean? All right, let's switch over to you. There we go. Little hungover after being with a buddy last night. Oh, see, that's the good times though. Fixing the boat motor. Oh, let's go. Noticed you're live. Decide to stay up again. Listen, man, get your rest. Drink all your waters. Sausage check. There's nothing in the lobby for a sausage check. I can't possibly succeed. That's automatic failure. It's not fair. It's unjust. It's not fair. I'm at 81%. Oh, we're not that far away, right? Not that far. To what do we owe the pleasure? A Saturday where I'm home alone. Tis the pleasure. That's how we do it. Noob, thank you for the biddies. Pizza, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate you guys. I misheard and thought you said Sasha check? What the hell is a Sasha? What the hell? Are you doing one stream today or two like you mentioned last night? As of now, I am feeling like there's going to be 2 streams. I think we're going to stream this morning for however long, and then we will cut it. And then after we cut it, then we'll come back later. As of right now, I think that's the plan. Yeah. By the way, I don't have my volumes set the way that I want them, so it's possible the music is like extraordinarily loud for you guys. You just got to tell me, and I'll turn it down. Busy? Listen, man. If I'm not busy, then I'm going to be sitting there doom scrolling and doing nothingness. Got to be busy. You got a gold bunny? Okay. I need to look for more bunnies today. I need to find a damn gold bunny. You're telling me I'm going to go this entire event without finding a single one? Felt, because that's what I'm doing. Volumes are good. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Courtney. So we'll see. Music's a little loud. Is this better? Today's the day. We will see, friend. I'm at 81%, so I don't know roughly how many more points I need. You haven't seen one either? Like, what the hell? I feel like I've looked for my share of bunnies and haven't seen one. Or jackalopes. They're bunnies. Who gives a shit? I don't know. Katie, welcome in. Hello. Music's fine on your end. Okay. All's well. I mean, I could have sat on the just chatting stream and we could have done our chatting there, but I figured might as well open fast. The sooner I open the game, the sooner we play it. Hope you get a gold bunny. Me too. I just want one, man. Just one. I got my first gold bunny the other night in the ghost room, so it made me throw my incense. Oh no. Okay. Let's do the things. You've only had the gold bunny. Now, when you get the gold bunny, it shows up as a normal bunny and then turns gold, right? I think so. What up, Ghost? Dio, good morning. Yes. Okay. I wouldn't know. Haven't seen one. So sneaky. I know. So sneaky that I announced what I was doing yesterday. I wasn't very sneaky. You've had multiple. Oh, what do we have event map wise? Oh, yeah, it hasn't rotated. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. It's literally what we had last night. It's not going to rotate again until 8 p.m. tonight. So, like 11 hours away. Yeah, we're not going to worry about that. We ain't going to worry about that. Thank you guys for the hype train. Appreciate you, friends. LJ, thank you for the gifted. 2 Among Us. 2 nerdy bros. Thank you for the 6 months, dude. My like voice / whole body's trying to wake up, even though I've been awake for like an hour and a half. Did you announce near the end of stream? Oh, about today? Probably. Yeah, I think we were talking about possibly doing it, but I wasn't sure if I was going to. Yeah. Hey, Soul. Good morning. Hello. All right, let's get rocking. Let's see. Quick actions. We'll add that guy. We'll go to this guy. We might even try some extra stuff tonight. So I'm going to turn on this and turn on this. Turn on this and turn on this. I don't need this. We turn on this. Okay, that looks good. I got a brownie franny last night from putting down a dots projector too close to an active bunny nest and it jumped at me. Yeah, when you're in a ghost room where you can hear the damn jackalope, I don't know what the distance is where you can safely place dots and not activate the stupid freaking nest. I don't know how far that is. I don't know. Hey, Pre, welcome in. What's up, Wes? 9 a.m.? Yes, sir, Bob. What up, Brent? Meiston, welcome in. Hello, hello. I used to watch your video very much. Oh, yeah? Why don't we watch them anymore? Huh? Why'd you stop? We're all waiting. You be live so early. I know. I know. Ahan, welcome in. Blue Bear, hello. Some of the nests are tricky to activate, like the ones on the furniture, or like the one inside of the crib. The one inside of the crib in Edgefield, you basically have to stick it inside of the damn nest. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be itching my nose all day. Live early. I know. Weren't you just on last night? Maybe. And? And? Why'd you stop? Quit threatening me, but at the same time. Hey, Logic. Hello, friend. Family must be gone. Yeah, they're away. They come home later today. Yeah, they come home later today. A stream that's not 3 a.m. I know. I know. All right, I am going to try this. Okay, if my game starts acting up, I know what I'm going to be doing to solve the problem. Yeah. Hey, Psychotic, welcome in. Happy caught the live one. Glad you're here. Am I going to play Nightmare? Oh, for sure. I might even switch it up. I might change up the difficulty as we play, because right now, one of my goals right now is to get this. I need to get my trophies. I needs to get it. Thanks again for the game. Oh, of course, if any of you were in the games yesterday, we did viewer games yesterday. I appreciate you for being there, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Do. We want a smooth live stream that we can chill here. Oh, well, by not asking or not repeating the same thing 1,500 times, that probably helps with making it a smooth live stream. It was a blast. Had lots of fun. Me too. I always love viewer games. Viewer games are always so fun. I only have one. Wait, what? You only have one. What? That's why. Well, no. Listen, my family is. You sons of bitches. My family is away for the day. So like, well, it's just me. So what I'll do is I'll separate the day into 2 streams. I'll stream early, stop, go upstairs, hang out with Joe, chill, and then I'll stream again later. Yeah. Chicken Leg Hut. Oh, hi, friend. My favorite ghost is a mimic. For sure. Anonymous. Hello. Ew, indeed. Roxy, did you hear what they did? It was chat. It wasn't me. I swears. I swears. When the fam is away, Flash will play. This is pretty true. Have you saw a new addictive that just came out? Restore. No, I have no idea what that is. You have 2 stamps in your badge. 2 stamps on my badge. Oh. The actual badges. Oh yeah, the 2 badges. So this one comes with the card. And then this one is the prestige one. So it's the second you prestige, you get a prestige badge. Yeah. This guy right here. Prestige 1, boom. You got that guy right there. I've just been leaving this on because it's part of the event. Because why not? Yeah. Roxy, how's the fam? How are you doing, friend? Mimic came in clutch for me. Got my APOC 1 challenge. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Let me start this up and then we'll get into the first game. I was wondering what prestige was. Prestige, it is after 100 levels, you have the ability to prestige, which allows you to restart your journey basically with no money, no items. You have to restart everything, but you do get an ID card and you get that little number, the Roman numeral on your card. Yeah. Hi, Trisha. Honey Devil, I'm good, man. I'm doing good. Doing swell. All right. I'm going to try this today, and we're going to see what happens just out of morbid curiosity. If my stream starts getting laggy, I know what to stop doing. If we prestige at level 200, do we get 2 No, you get 1. After level 100, it does not matter if you go to 101 or you go to 3001. Any levels you get past 100, you lose the second you prestige. So if you're even thinking about prestiging, I would just do it. You might as well just get it over with. You know what? No, we'll start at Willers. I think Willers is the place to go. Is it worth it to prestige? Do you only get the badge? So as of right now, you just get the badge, ID card, and a loadout slot. That's it. Now you will eventually get cosmetics. Now I don't know if you're going to get other things other than that. We don't know. We have mentioned 1,500 things we think could be cool for like prestige things. All right, let's go. We'll start with a nightmare at Willers. Right now, my focus, for anybody that's curious, we want to try to get some event points to try to get this damn trophy done with. So let's go do that now. Do I know about the hiding spot bug? If you're talking about purposely going out of the way to hide in places where the ghost can't get you, I usually avoid those. Do I know about it? Yes. Get a badge on your actual model. Oh, yeah, that's right. I imagine my friend using the cosmetics to scare. What do you mean to scare you? What are you talking about? I would love the ability to permanently unlock. I really wish that they gave us permanent unlocks. Like one after, I don't know, after like 4 or 5 prestiges or something. And then you get like one item that you permanently unlock that you keep through all your prestiges, like Call of Duty style. Yeah, the reason they said they didn't want to do that is because they felt like it was too OP. Yeah, Rack, like I said, I highly suggest not using spots like that on purpose, because if you do, that's considered an exploit, and if they catch you exploiting, they'll ban you. Yeah, I would highly recommend you don't do it on purpose. If you find something accidentally, it is what it is. If a bug happens to you, who cares? But if you're purposely going out of the way to do something you know where the ghost can't kill you, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Hi, Luke. All right, we'll see how it goes today, man. I'm trying to be everywhere today. What's up, Nubo? Hello. Main reason I don't want to prestige is because I don't like tier 1, and that's fair. I think many share that sentiment. A lot of people don't like tier 1, but I mean, respectfully, you shouldn't want to keep tier 1. You should want tier 3, so you should want to upgrade, right? Nubo, thank you for the follow, by the way. Grand, thank you for the follow. Hello. Trisha, witness a ghost event. We need 3 unique videos and capture a photo of the ghost. Divine King, hello. So I'm not meant to go on top. Correct. You are not meant to go to places where you are literally invincible. Correct. Did you think that you were meant to go to a place where you're invincible? What up, Enzo? Just came in. Welcome in, dude. Tier 1s are the best. You know, I've always been a tier 1 smudge guy. I've always loved tier 1. I think I've just leaned into tier 2 more, and I've just kind of held on to it. I still love tier 1, though. Found it by accident. Yeah, and that happens. But again, I mean, finding it by accident and then like promoting it to a community is probably not the smartest thing. Just report it and move on. I already hear a bunny. I know you're a jackalope, but I don't give a damn. You're a bunny. Eating dinners. Let's go. Tier 1 camera doesn't need to be turned off. If you're talking about the photo camera, correct, because it doesn't become electronic until you take a photo. Flugosh, thank you for the 2 months. Jake, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Can you bring in a tier mix? So you can bring in a tier mix as in changing the tier of different equipment. What you can't do is you can't bring in 1 tier 1 EMF and then 1 tier 3 EMF as a solo player. Found another one. You guys remember where all those are, right? Do I want Roblox Blair tips? No, I don't need predatory platform tips. I appreciate it though, thanks. I'm already seeing lag spikes. This might not be good. Ooh, a circle, said nobody ever. What? Oh, it must be above me. Gosh dang it. Would I do Phas with viewers around this time at some point? Probably. Yeah. Or like on like a Sunday, I would do viewer games. Stinky, are you in the hallway? Oh. Yeah, there's my breath. Yeah, there it is. Respect for how quick you respond. What? Listen, that one's really easy. That's a cakewalk. Hey, what up, Among Us? How are you? K is the circle without instantly getting killed. So whenever you get instantly killed, as in the ghost instantly starts hunting, what's happening there is that you're lighting the circle, and when you light the last circle, the ghost has already started hunting. So when you finish lighting, it then continues hunting from the circle. And I feel like it has been happening more and more and more since they made changes to the summoning circle way back. So yeah, it sucks now. I don't use it because that happens to me all the time. And the only way to avoid it really is to like light the circle and then take sanity to make sure it's not going to hunt, and then light the circle more, and you're just draining every bit of resource you have. And it's just not worth it. I don't want to do dots yet because, well, stupid jackalopes. Eating a potato and cheese. What the hell? What the hell? Coley, thank you for the follow. Hey, sunshine. Good morning. Hello. Any Orbeez? Not that I can tell. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Hello? Okay. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Nothing. Do you know a good way to remember to grab the lighter every time? Yeah, die so often without a lighter that you force yourself to remember. What do we have to do for the Galaxy Badge? Watch a... Well, okay. I'm waiting for word back. Hopefully, watch my stream on the 16th, and then you can unlock the Galaxy Badge. That's the hope. We shall see. Hey, Cookie, thank you for the biddies. Love a surprise Saturday morning stream. I appreciate you. Yeah, so you will forget enough times that you'll force yourself to remember. I forget every now and then. Are drops on? No. Where did you see the drops were on? All right, let's do this. Grab one of those. Grab one of these. Why is it when you're playing with Doc, you always get a blood moon? We didn't get a blood moon the last time we played. To be fair. Hey, Katie, welcome in. Hello. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little worried because I haven't heard the ghost do a damn thing. But the temps are here. Okay, we're gonna... How do I do this? I'm gonna try it from here. Let's see what happens. Percent for a blood moon? 2%. I can already see it. I can literally see it. Gosh, what if I do it back here? What if I do it like this? Oh, you little son of a bitch. It still jumped. Look how far away it is. Great. Now the ghost is a different speed. Awesome. Love it. My favorite. So good. Just want to nibble your toe. Can you set a like goal? Sure. Get me to 100,000 likes in the next 10 minutes. It's 9:47. I expect us to hit it by 9:57 or else. Does that work? Tier 2 UV is terrible, bro. No, it's fine. What's wrong with Tier 2 UV? It's not terrible. All right. Well, the ghosty is now a different speed. I'm going to bring a smudge out of fear, and we're going to bring this to check for UV. I'm also going to do this to make sure the damn ghost is actually there. Tier 2 UV is a vibe. Tier 2 UV is fun. To say it's trash is a little disingenuous. Is it odd that I prefer tier 2 over tier 3? Not at all. Some people get really annoyed by the sound. And I think that's totally valid. That's fair. So, that's the first time we have heard anything from this ghost. First we've heard anything. Tell me hi. What a sus fucking comment to make. Ghosty. What? All right. It's just weirdo behavior. Don't. If you just talk normally, I do respond. Hope everyone's well. Do you ever put dots on the ceiling? I do. Yeah, sometimes ceiling, wall, floor, whatever, man. I put dots everywhere. What is happening? No viewers today. No, that was yesterday. Floor dots are the way to go. I love floor dots. I have a feeling it's going to hunt from one of the back bedrooms, and for some reason, it's like 3 degrees here. Mr. 420, hello, friend. A sneaky stream indeed. Hey, Wolflink, hello. I don't even know if it's technically lazy. I think that it's just not here. When the stream popped up, it said viewer games. Oh, that's weird that it didn't, because I haven't updated ever since I've started the stream. That's super weird. Love the vids. Could you coach me? Well, I don't really do coaching, but you can always be in the streams asking questions, or you can watch the vids. Was that a gin sprint? Owner? You hear it hunt from the back bedroom, by the way? No coffee for you, you little brat. Goldo, thank you for the heartbeat, friend. Okay, just out of morbid curiosity, give me this. Jiminy Christmas, get away from me! It's like the same temperature. What the hell is going on? Oh, now it's getting a little bit, and now I hear EMF 5. It's fast because we found a jackalope. Yeah, that's why. Caitlin, thank you for the daily heartbeat. Hello. I'm pretty sold that we have a gin, which you know what? F this ghost. Well, no, it has been in the hallway the whole time, as in the temperature has shown that it should be in the hallway. However, it's been in other rooms just hanging out. Usually lurk, but wanted to say thanks for creating such great and helpful content. Super. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you very much. Watch it be a mimic. It's going to be really difficult to be a mimic with an email, if you know what I mean. F this ghost. I would normally go for all objectives, all the things, all the stuff. No, this ghost sucks. This ghost can eat one. I don't care. Find more bunnies? No, F this ghost. We'll do the next one. We'll just keep her going. Oh, look, a gin. I heard the sprint. Whenever I was going into the living room, I heard it all of a sudden do an instant speed up and stop. And then when it walked into the living room, heard it do it again. That's how we knew it was a gin. Stupid ghost. Oh, how many points did I get? I still got 19 points from that, so I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, let's go to Nels. Thoughts on the Easter event? It's fine. Why can't you redeem lights? Because they've been broken forever. Yeah, the app has been broken, so I can't use it.
Going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence.
Keep getting ghosts to do nothing. Yeah, as for the event for a whole, it's just, it seems that it has caused so many problems. I would rather them shut the event down early than anything else, because they are not updating it. There's zero plans for them to fix anything that is happening with the event. I would rather them just shut it down early. Easter's over. Next. Like, I understand they want to allow people the opportunity to get their personal goals. They want to allow people the ability to try out the events and all that stuff. But do you really want people to try out Grafton? Like, really? Yeah. Shut it down early. Hey, guys, we're cutting it a week early. I'm not very inclined to play with all the bugs. That's what I'm saying. And, like, I think that's the conversation we were having inside of the partner channel and the Faz Discord. We were like, listen, a lot of people are just not really into playing right now because of all the bugs. And then the response is basically like, well, does it stop your ability to play? It's like, what the fuck? People don't want to play. Do you have a favorite Faz event? The Halloween event is always really good. Only features. That's very true. That is true. That's a very valid point. I apologize. What's going on with Grafton? It's all kinds of bugged out. Whenever it's an event map, the lighting looks awful. It looks terrible because I assume that they're working really hard on trying to get to the Unity update with all the things that they're doing, which will probably make it look better, which is awesome. However, in the game right now, tumbleweed. In the game right now, it looks really bad. The lighting looks gross. And it's just like, well, rather than like, ooh, maybe we shouldn't have Grafton in the rotation. Maybe we should take that one out. That doesn't look good. Waiting for the event to end and doing other things. Fair. We should have the opportunity to shut it off. That'd be nice. But then the issue is that with the event still going on, if you play at Grafton and it's not an event map right now, it's broken completely. And the ghost will not hunt regularly. So you can't play it. Not this guy fell asleep during one of his YouTube videos, had a dream that he was a ghost hunting me in my apartment. So had a dream that you were a ghost. Walter Hans, we need to repel, we need 3 videos, and we need a crucifix. So we're going to go ahead in here with a video camera and an EMF detector. And the ghost is going to be exactly where we want it to be. Doing it for the cosmetics. Very fair. Oh. Good morning. All right. I wasn't really paying attention because I think technically this is my first blood moon that I've had during a event map, like during a Easter event map. Interesting. Very interesting. D-Clan, think of the follow. I don't know how to say your name because there's a lot of X's and S's in there, but welcome in. Hello. No Doc. No Doc. Did you hear what they did? If you hunt me immediately, we're gonna cry. Well, let me take my high heels and, oh my God, and go to the back. Don't you dare be back here. You know, but you have to admit, like, look at this hallway with the Easter event. The lighting, yes, is still very meh, but look how lit it is. And you don't need a flashlight to see. That's kind of nice. All right, juice is loose. It looks cool. Well, kind of. Kind of, sort of. I've heard no ghosty. Do we know why the foyer can't be the ghost room? Because they programmed it to where the ghost can't be in the foyer for a ghost room. Do we have the mirror? Oh, I don't know. Yes. Oh. Take our stuff. Go around this way, go to the front, go take some sanity, and we know what's up in the front area. In the words of Master P, what the hell? Maybe I can see the orbs from here. Hold on. Oh, shit. God dang it. Stupid shoulder light. I can't see. Maybe if I look at an angle. I can't tell. Enjoying a milkshake? Oh. Well, I don't want to be left out of this deal. Noah, thank you for the GG. Appreciate you. Panda, thank you for the follow. TM, welcome in. Returned to Phaz after a long time and playing for some weeks. And Prestige 2 now. Almost on the place. Asthma play like the best of. What's like the best items to start and run with? I usually go with photo camera, video camera, and a thermo. I usually go with a flashlight, a EMF, and a thermo. Best is subjective, and you're going to choose what is best for you. I like those because it makes finding the room faster. In my opinion. Yeah. You have safeguards. If you hear something, you check with the EMF. If you're not hearing anything, you switch over to the thermo. All right. I need to make sure exactly which room it was in. It's one of the two up there. I just don't know. Yeah, this is Nightmare. Hey, Queen. Hey, how are you? You only play small maps unless you're playing with people. Totally fair. Is it bad that I missed the free equipment on the event maps? I agree. No, you mean like the little nest? The little nest we had that had stuff in it? Absolutely. I agree. Any plans for public lobby with a voice changer? No, not really. Okay, it's definitely here-ish. Let's put that down there. I don't hear any bunnies. Do that there. Take this guy. Actually, give me this guy. Well, I might have to set up one on one side and one on the other, unless Ghosty is being more obvious that it's hanging out in one area. Okay, let's do that. Hey, what up, biker? Play Dusty Trail, Ghosty. You do video, photo, crucifix? Fair. Everybody has a preference. All right. I am going to bring a crucifix, though, because it is Blood Moon, which means that my sanity is draining off fast first. Bro, when did they add FNAF map? This is a diner? And why are we on Nightmare? Because I chose that difficulty? Any other genius questions? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Owner, where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Nah? Okay. Let me know if you have any more. I'm just curious. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Nada. Nixa, thank you for the heart me. It's not that little. It's an entire hip. What do you mean? When does the new map drop? What new map? Morning, afternoon, evening, good evening, in between. Oh, roger that. Watch the videos every night. No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. All right. Ghosty is not walking around a lot. Couldn't pass up the opportunity for a coach blurb. There's a lot in there that fit in just the right places. Does Nels serve butter side down toe? I don't know. What? I'll ask the chef. I'll ask the chef. We'll see what they say. Juju! Thank you for the 5-month membership, friend. Appreciate you. Did you find the bone? I may have found the bone. It is possible. That's not 100%, but we're pretty convinced. Let's go take a picture of that bone. 8 more levels, Prestige 1. Nice. Very nice. Can I get you an and cheese? I can think about it. I can think about it. It's kind of all the rave right now. All the kids are crazy about it. Is the Twitch drop still active? What Twitch drop? See, there's a reason. Listen, there's a rhyme and a reason I ask questions like that when certain questions get asked. The main reason when you hear me do that is because I like to understand the source without just answering like, no, yes. I want to know where it came from. Can I get you a donut? I get you a donut. Absolutely. Nightmare's a sweet spot for a lot of people. I mean, it's played way less than like pro or intermediate, but I think it's just the jump from pro to Nightmare is the biggest jump in the game. All right. I can't see you. Me. Can you go away, please? Thank you. Oh, you wrote in the book. Didn't even see that shit. Do this. Do this. You flipped a light switch on, didn't you? Okay. I do APOC 3. I usually don't do it on stream because it's really boring to, okay. It's really boring to watch for people that don't do it all the time. Do I prefer crawlers or walkers? You're wondering if I prefer a ghost crawling on the ground you can barely see or a standing up ghost. I don't know. Good question. Emily, thank you for the follow. Oh, you guys heard EMF 5? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Did you? If you heard EMF 5, this is what we have. Ugh. If you guys heard a 5er, then that's... Thought you heard it too? Okay. I wasn't paying attention. I was focused on trying to look for UV. Are you a shade, you piece of crap? Is that why when I'm standing here, you're doing nothing? Let's try this. Okay, game, stop lagging, please. Love you. What did I do with the video camera? There it is. Oh, you threw my camera, you son of it. Let's... there. All right, let's try that. Got for like half a second. Okay. No ghosts have forced EMF in or writing. Correct. Correct. Thank you, Noah. You are a piece of trash. You are the trashiest trash that ever could trash. You can't convince me otherwise. Stupid ghost. After all that work I just did. Noah! Thank you for the gifts, man. After all this work. And I would have seen it. I would have seen it. You can't hide the truth from me, you little piece of crap. It's so hard to tell. Maybe a miling? Do I ever play with viewers? I literally did last night. Maybe? It's back up front here. I think it might be a miling. I think. Let's go back here. It's so hard to tell with the event ghost because of how loud its footies are. Its footies are not that loud to begin with. Oh my god, the freaking rain is everywhere. I can't get away from it. Listen. Yeah, it was a blood moon. Yeah. It. Milings are hard to hear because of how loud and I know. It makes it really rough. Mass Mama, thank you for the follow. Too bad it ain't Grafton. I'm not that lucky. I ain't that lucky. I am a kid. Probably not a smart thing to say into a stream chat. I can go speeding up when they're close to me without being a speed up or fast ghost. I'd have to see a clip. It's hard to say what that could be if I don't see a clip. Like, that there makes me want to say miling. Truthful, thank you for the gifted sub. Do I know about the Maple Lodge looping spot where the ghost can't get you? If you're talking about the one at the picnic tables right in the front, yes, I'm very aware. Thank you, gamer fan. Hey, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you, know. All right. Ghosty. By the card spawn area. Oh, no. No, I don't really care that much. If it's just another like gotcha spot where the ghost literally can't get you if you just go like this back and forth. Okay, that's cool. If they pop up, cool. I don't go out of the way to find them. He plans to play the floor above soon. I would like to play it again very soon. We've gotten through 3 episodes of it. I have 2 more to do, and I've heard that they're a lot harder. I don't know where the ghost is. It's back in the front again. What the hell? Thank you, Neo. What days and time do I stream? Typically, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30 and Sunday at 1, and that's all Eastern time. Let bro finish his food? Yeah, skibbity. That should have landed. Probably good enough. All right, where are you hunting from? When is the next stream with Doc? Whenever we plan the next stream with Doc. Oh, there you are. What up, dog? What's that thing? That's a ghost. Yeah, game's full of them. Hey, Envy, thank you for the prime. Thank you for the follow. What's up, money? It could be a shade. It could be, but I'm going to base it off of the sound alone. And we'll see how it goes. Let's see what happens. Wait, there's ghosts in this game? Well, they were asking what that was. Yeah. It's a spirit? It better not be. It better not be, or it's your fault. Didn't do a singing event. I don't know if you technically would consider some of those events like that backwards singing thing. I don't know if that's considered a singing event when we're thinking of like the Shade not being able to do singing events. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. But at least you're right about the miling. That's nice. Blood Moon, let's go. Nice. Oh, let's see. We're after Tawn, where the lighting is trash, or we move on and we do Maple Lodge. Whoa, the ghost was real. Whoa. Have you had the problem on the Bell on Point Hope crashing you? No. To be fair, I don't play Point Hope enough to probably have to deal with that problem. To be fair. Hold, please. Hold, please. Give me a second. I need to watch something, okay? Just give me a second. It's good things. It's fam stuff, though. What are you holding? Whatever's to your left. Okay, I'm good. Holy music? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah. Hold, please. Thank you guys for the follows. All right. People want to Grafton? Fine, let's go to Grafton. Where's the key to the cabin on Maple Lodge? Under the mat. Can I let go? Oh, yeah, you can let go now. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you can let go. All right, Kenneth Holmes, crucifix, parabolic microphone, and a photo of the ghost. All right, let's get EMF, flashlight, this. I mean, really, I don't even know if I really need a flashlight. There is a lot of light, even though it looks bad. Even though it doesn't look great. Oh, look, no blood moon. Crazy. Bedtime. Have fun hunting ghosties. Don't forget the lighter, chat. Thank you, Logan. Oh, it's so damn loud. So damn loud. All right, let's go find the power. But before we do, allow me to open the door for you. Damn, it's upstairs. What map? I've technically had Blood Moon on every single map, but I have never had Blood Moon at this map naturally, meaning not during the Halloween event. We have ads coming soon. Ghosty. A cozy old bombo? Well, we'll see. If it does anything, I should be able to hear it. The benefit of using, like, listen how loud this is when you're over here. Oh, I'll just sit here and listen for the ghost. So parabolic helps with that at least a little bit. No, that's nothing. I'm gonna have to start checking for temps. Ghost is being a weenie. What'd I just get stuck on? Is that downstairs? What? Ooh, is that mannequin room? Maybe, possibly. Hey, do you need help in here? All right, let's drop our shite here. And then what we'll do is we'll bring a thermo just to double check. It might be mannequin room. I don't know. I'm not sold yet because it's not really doing anything with me on the same floor. It only did stuff when I was on the other floor. So let's double check. Let's bring thermo. Let's bring you and you. Hey, first time chatter. What's up, Sean? First time watching the stream. I see that. Welcome in. Parabolic is crazy. I'd be halfway across the house and I hear my girl's feet. Yeah. It can be a savior, though, when it's loud as hell with all the rain. Did you know? Wait, was that in here? Prevent the demon using its ability by activating a cursed possession, cursed hunt as it uses it. Yeah, but what are the odds that you are activating a cursed hunt the exact moment a demon goes to use its ability when you have no idea when it's actually trying to use its ability? Oh, you suck. You're here? Oh, that's gross. Hey, Mel. Good morning. How are you? I'm your 4th favorite YouTuber. That's okay. I don't know what number favorite viewer you are, but I'll pick a number later. Thanks for making me number 4. Well, that's rude as shit. 1 frame event? What the hell did I just miss? Whatever. All right, let's check the temps. Hey, Zen, how are you? Yeah, okay. Issa here. Stop lagging. My God. There we go. Now it's throwing stuff. There we go. Can you be viewer 1170? We can work on it for sure. Hey, Devil, good morning. Good morning. I like the chain of messages. You're my 4th favorite YouTuber. Gonna take a nap. Bye. See ya, I guess. What the fuck? Does a Prime sub help you in any way? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The creator that you're subbing to still gets paid for that sub. Just because it's free for you, they still get paid. Hey, Panda, how are you? Where are you? Thank you, friend. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? I'm trying to do this quickly before ads happen. Oh shit, I didn't mean to pick it back up. Let's do this. All right. I'm gonna grab stuff from the truck, bring it to the door, and then we're gonna run ads. And then after the ads, we'll go back inside. I got EMF 4 event ghost orbs. What the hell does that mean? Nix, thank you for the Prime, dude. Pyrax, thank you for the 8 months. All right, let's bring salt. Let's bring UV. Game? I need you to relax. Please. Ads are about to happen. I do 3 minutes every hour. So when they do run, I'm going to wait out here. I might even grab a parabolic and stand outside so we don't have to listen to this shit. And then as soon as the ads are done, then we'll go inside. Gotta go. Have a good stream. Astro, thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you. How many evidence do you run on typically? Typically Nightmare, so I do too. Grab this guy, grab that guy. I've got most of that stuff in there. We've got the dots in there. And one of these. Okay. Do we get reactions to the ads? I mean, you have your reaction to the ads. Does that work? Hey, Sweat, how are you? I only play 2 evidence runs, solo and duo. Any good tips? I am. Here, we'll just go ahead and do this. 2 evidence runs, solo and duo. Any good tips? Well, what do you need help with exactly? What map it's Grafton? Yeah, there they are. All right. I was waiting for him to start. Good. How's your morning going? Good. Not bad, man. Woke up, came downstairs, was hanging out with Josie while I was scrolling away, checking on stuff. I was gonna edit this morning, and I decided F it. I'll edit later. So whenever I get done with stream this morning, then I'll go edit some stuff. Don't forget your towel. What? Because of the rain? I turned on the parabolic so you guys don't have to hear that crap. Fallen Queen! Thank you for the subs, friend. Yeah, little Miss Josie. She's hanging out upstairs. Yeah. Oh. Hey, Goat, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. We are. I hope you're having a good day. Many times I still miss the ghost, like the recent ones. I really don't understand Obama, for example. Well, you say you play on 2 evidence a lot. Would you say that you have an understanding of each of the ghosts? You don't want to work today? Then just don't. Easy peasy. My wife does that. She's like, I don't want to do this. Then don't. But I have to. Well, then do it. Hey, Prof. Thank you for getting merch. Appreciate you, friend. Enjoy the freaking zip-up hoodie. Sorry, live earlier, but I was busy hopping in for going to bed. Have a good night, Silver. I got orbs and dots. What more should I check? Have you checked all the other evidence? I got the ghost on an event to spawn on the F them shoes hiding. Hey, tell it to get away from the shoes. It doesn't belong to it. 90% of them. I mean, honestly, at that point, it's repetition because now you're just trying to get more of the ghost so that you can test for them. And until you get the ghost, you can't mess with the ghost. Can I be your Faz dad? Sorry. I already have too many kids. Sorry. We can try to find you like a temporary dad of some kind. Tater might be willing to take you. Yeah. Calling my boss and telling him you told him not to work. There you go. Thank you. You should. Yeah, I'll talk to them. Tell them to come and chat and I'll talk to them. Well, Doc, no, he's occupied. Too much. Too much. I mean, Tater technically probably is too, but you know what? He's a really nice guy. Anne Marie, hello. Tom feels more like a fast dad. Listen, we all are, to be fair. It's okay. It's accepted. Hey, Jim. Chat's so positive and fun. I appreciate you. Chinkus is a very good option. He even gives uppies. So that's kind of a win-win no matter which way you slice it. Adron was done, friends, in like 10 seconds. Hi, Rogue. How are you? That'd be the craziest shit. Oh my God. Can you imagine? First chat. Hi, I'm blah blah's boss. What is Doc's Twitch account by chance? Do I know what Doc's Twitch account is? I do. I don't know if there's a mod that would be willing to give Mr. Doc a shout. Mr. Doc Umantari. But if you can't find it, or if you're struggling, you can always go check out the Midnight Society, especially the Twitch team page, and that will show all of our members. What are uppies? When someone picks you up. Uppie. You never heard of uppies? Like, you've never heard of a kid asking an adult for uppie? Like, you've never heard that before? Chingus does it. He does it to his stream. He has a second camera where he gives everybody uppies. It's a thing. It's real. Ads are done. We're back. Chingus gives the best up. That's what I'm saying. Who would be Phasma mom? You know what? Just because she doesn't play Phas anymore, Coach Chesney. Yeah, she would totally be Phas mom, and you can call her that. It'd probably piss her off and be funny. Mike, thank you for the 13 months. Chingus dropped us the other day. Okay, maybe he's not the best option then. maybe you guys should go with somebody else. Thank you, Kafritz. Yeah, they can always check the team page too. That works too. I remember when Flash gave us uppies. Wait, when the hell did I give you uppies? All right, I've got this. I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea. You know what I should do? Hold on. Let me go grab. I'm grabbing more motion sensors. This is the way. This is the way. Should I bug report the demon cursed hunt thing and Mare turning on lights? I mean, anything you think is a bug, I would report. Anything that you think is a bug, you should go to the Phasmo server and report it. For sure. King, thank you for the 10 months. Natalie, thank you for the heart me and the rose. Appreciate you. All right, just don't kill me, Ghost. All right, that's like the one request we have. No murder, please. And thank you. Miss Coach playing with you? I'll ask her if she wants to play one day. The problem we run into is it's late for her. So like by the time that I'm ready to play, or like we're ready to rock, she's ready for bed. So we'll see. Country, thank you for the heart me. Forgot the Phasmo server exists. Oh yeah. Not a mare. Okay, thanks, game. I see no of. I see no of. Crucifix is there. I'm gonna put this one like there. I think that works. Let's get this a little bit closer. Ain't played in a while. What map is this? This is Grafton. Les Grafetons. I don't have anything yet, do I? Looks different? Oh yeah, this is the reworked Grafton. There's your little stippy stompies. Let's make sure you don't have... Oh, excuse... Wait a minute. Oh, are you an Obake? Is this an Obake? Wait a tick. EMF or orbs? Game, stop lagging, please. I checked. That lamp did not have UV on it, and it looked like it missed a footstep. We're gonna get EMF 5. I don't know why it's being so stingy about it, but I think we're gonna get EMF 5. Bye, Alex. Have a good one. Let's go get the other EMF. Fingies? Well, I've got... oh, wait, it touched that door. Oh, yeah. UV. Oh, I thought it was going to be the Obake print. That would have been It would have been selling and I would have been okay with it. Game, please stop lagging. First object? I don't know. I don't know. My fellow Americans, let me be. What? Let's relax, Obama. What is this? What's with the speech? If the bone can spawn wherever the ghost can walk, and the bones spawn on the Grafton dining table. Great question. I don't know, actually. I'm not entirely sure. Let's grab that. Let's grab this. We've got those in there. I'm going to take one of these just to be safe. Hey, Callum, welcome in. Played a game with the Abaki print, immediately registered as soon as I came to the room. See, those are the good times. What's up, Remote? All right. I have another one of these for you. But you do shit over here. Why? What the fuck? Why? Stop it. Yeah, we know. You're here. We know. I see you walking around. Here, blow this out and give me an EMF 5. Let's go. Do the thing. Or do that. Like, you can literally hear it skip the footstep. Like, you heard the step, heard nothing, heard the step. Oh my God, it's so laggy. Obaki or Bug Ghost? Oh, don't say that. Oh, that could be true. Don't say all that. I'm not getting EMF 5. Is it normally this laggy? Sometimes, with the event maps especially. If it is EMF 5, I'm getting ripped off real hard. Because now I'm not convinced that it is. No freezing. Imagine this is a Goryo that's just skipping steps. Let's go outside. Let's go to the truck for a second. Was that a window tap? I didn't hear window tap. I hear it knocking a bunch of stuff in that other room, but it's walking back immediately. Active ghost, but not nice ghost. That's correct. If I get dots here, I don't have an explanation for you. I don't know what to say. When in Rome, record it. Easter events when I mostly take a break from Phas because of how buggy it was the past 2 years. I don't blame you. Like I said, I think them, I see it throwing shit in the back. I think them extending it or making it 3 weeks long was a big mistake. I think that was a big old mistake. You have a moment where you're doing a drop on another channel. For an announcement for the game, but you're doing it while this event is live. I would not have done that. We all just watch this orb finally show up, right? We just in real time watched this orb show up eventually. There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do. However, we could try to get a shapeshifter. Orb. I have arrived. At least we caught it. I know. Well, I was staring at this thinking that it's trying to pull a prank and it's actually like a Goryo. So I was like, oh, we'll watch for dots. And eventually, look, it's gone again. Where is it? Stop throwing stuff. Look. There's no orb in this room right now. Now I'm curious when the orb is not here where it is. Give me another camera. Give me another camera. You know what? Give me a smudge. Give me this. We're going in. I now want it to not be in that room. Did you see it in front of the bathroom? This. It's literally coming out of the dresser large and getting smaller as it gets out of the dresser. Look. Bro might be following me. Yeah, Riz. Daz, thank you for the prime. Stupid. I'm still convinced Obake. I don't know why. Okay, we're gonna make it hunt so we can watch it do it. Give me this. I've got 2 smudges on me. That's good enough. We have a flashlight. Sure. Groovy, gravy. Did I by chance see the cursed possession? I need to remove the crucifixes. Can't forget to do that. What a pigeon. Tabby, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Hello, you creeps. Called him Imake. It could be. What the hell? Was it like... It's probably one of the cursed possessions downstairs, but I'm just going to check this anyway. We're here. When in Rome, might as well go for it. Oh, shit, it is here. Oh. You know what? Hold on. Where are you? How old are you? Goodbye. All right, now it's in normal hunting range. So now it'll eat the crucifix, buy me time to go downstairs, remove the other ones, and then we can get it to hunt, and then we can watch for the shapeshift. Or it'll start hunting on top of... Saw it. Little bastard. It hunted from here. The second that I got to the... Little son of a bitch. I saw the shapeshift, though. There's no way this is a mimic. Prevent a hunt with a crucifix. Capture... I mean, if it decides to event... Man, it'd be a real shame if it ate the crucifix. Let's put that there. Let's put that there. This will be fine. Stop lagging, please. I beg it thee. Listen, back-to-back calls is crazy. That's unnecessary. The most paid actor that has ever been paid. It's just Doc wearing a mask and shorter. That's all it is. All right, I do need it to eat the crucifix so we can get some more event points for it, though. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Annie, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. We needed to eat a cruci. I have a hiding spot. We should wait here. Maybe I'll see that one burn from here. That'd be cool. Ooh, I could cause a cursed hunt. This is true. Do I want to go up there and grab that? Nope. Nope. It ate the other crucifix. No need. No need. All's well. We're on our way. Next. What do you use the flashlight for? Oh, to see. Yeah, it's really cool. So when you turn it on, it gives you the ability to see some stuff that's in the dark. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. Obake. Listen, if there's another way to answer that, you guys tell me. But don't you use the headlight? I do, but it doesn't see as well as the flashlight. And for you guys being able to see better with me using a flashlight is way more important to me than having a third item. So sometimes I'll grab the flashlight also with the headlamp. Yeah. What do you get for upgrading the event trophy? Upgraded event trophy is it. That's literally all you get. That's it. Obake. I wasn't worried about perfect game, so I don't look for the... If I'm not going for a perfect game, I typically don't look for the bone. If I find the bone, cool. But if I'm not going perfect, I don't care. All right, 23. Let me back out actually to see how many points we have.
Welcome back.
Yurei is the only ghost that closes the door entirely. That's incorrect. Whoever told you that is lying. Was I not on 87.6? Is that not the same number? Is it just really delayed? I only use the flashlight if we have trouble finding the bone. Fair. Yeah. Hey, Flank. There's no drops. There is no drops. No Phasmo stream has drops. Yeah. The only way that they would have any kind of a drop would be something connected with Twitch that's not even Phasmo related. So, yeah. Yours has been delayed too? Okay. What up, Ray? Finally got the bug report. Just want to make sure that a mare cannot turn on a light no matter... A mare cannot turn on a light. That's correct. Correct. I was on 81. Oh, was I on 81? Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. Well, that ain't bad at all. All right, let's keep rocking. To Maple Lodge we go.
We've arrived. Check the equipment.
Hey, what up, Undone? Happy Saturday. Isla, thank you for the follow. Bryson, welcome in. Hello. Hello. Raising the roof. What up, homie? Flashlight's very good for miling testing. I mean, that's how I was able to recognize the miling on Nell's Diner. The footsteps are so quiet anyway, but I could still tell the difference, right? That made it real nice. No lucky orbs. Oh, sad. Oh, sad. Hey, Mochi, what's up? Barely awake, but hello, hello. What's up, Mist? Thank you for the follow. David Rook, capture video, firelight, and incense. First thing we need to do is find out where this booger is, and then after we do that, we'll go for objectives. I know I said I was going to go, like, I say, it's funny. I'm like, oh, I haven't had a gold bunny, but I haven't even really been looking for jackalopes just because I'm, like, speeding through it because it's more effective to do it this way than it is to worry about the damn jackalopes. So, if I don't get one, then it's my fault. Oh yeah, the rain is awful. The fact that it has rain all the time sucks. I really hate that they did that. I don't think there's anybody that's like, no, this is good. I like this decision. No, this was smart. Hello, Juice. What the hell? Tips for the parabolic microphone? Which one? What up, Zero? Hi, homie. I haven't had a chance to mess around with that stuff. I know you sent me the DM yesterday. Holy night. Ew. Gross. Halogen, what up, homie? Is the level 2 headgear worth 10K? Absolutely. It's my favorite. I love it. Halogen, how was your stream? Oh. God bless you. I think we found it. It's a wild halogen. Well, how was your stream, friendo? What'd you do? The benefit of the parabolic. Oh, you sneaky snake. It lit the fire and blew it out. Well, that's one way. Oh, he literally gave me smoke signals. Hey, Kirby. Oh, yeah, and you're here. This is literally the room. Okay. Groovy. You have a challenge? You're welcome to put it inside the Discord. Mike! Sir, this is illegal. I'm calling the cops. No, don't. I'm innocent. I swear. I'm holding Toe hostage. Back up. Back up and nobody gets hurt. Sir, put the toe down. Oh my God. Valenhard, thank you for the raid. You don't have Discord. Well, I'm not going to remember a challenge. That's why I have the Discord, just so that there's a nice collective way for suggestions and things like that. Yeah. I definitely won't remember. There's no way. Completely off topic. That's a great start. Are the bees in the area crazy as well too? We might end up this morning in a... Wait, we might end up moving. Oh my God. No, not that bad. We have some near us, but it's not as bad to where it's like, I'm going to move. Oh my God. Yeah, viewer games were yesterday. They were last night. Toe is safe. Yeah. Here, we'll even give him a book to read. There you go, little buddy. Not the bees. Yeah, the bees apparently. Mine again over here in Maryland, like where I am in Maryland, have not been bad. Do I really want the UV? Hey, you know what? It might knock on the logs. That might be okay. Is it true with the seance circle when activated automatically kills you? No. Who told you that? Damn it, Mike. I knew it was him. That son of a bitch is spreading rumors again. How the game's been, sir? Every time I come and watch the stream, you play a lot of Project Zomboid. Been fun? Heck yeah. It's really funny watching too, because like I'll obviously throw the stream up and I'll just be lurky turkey and just hanging out, like working on stuff while it's happening. And then I just hear Lucy just losing her shit. Some zombies coming after her again. She's like, oh God, damn it. She's so funny. I can't put the dots on this pole. Are we real? Real? Really? Oh, okay. Bear's touching you inappropriately. That's okay. You should say thank you. Thank you is a way better response. Bear. She deletes it again. See? In the DMV, but in the V and no B's here. Wait. Oh, in the V and the no B's. Oh, oh. Hey, Midge. I'm not playing with viewers, friend. Nope. Nope. The bees are good for the environment, though. The downside is you're allergic to bee stings. Yeah, yeah. You do have to be careful, SpongeBob. They are very good for the environment. This is very true. Hey, Cursed, how are you? All right, let's watch this. So it can't be an Onryo. It lit this fire and then blew it out. Oh, look, Orbeez that I can't record. That's cool. It's right there. Okay. It could just be rain. I don't think so, Mike. I just had to turn from here to here. It can't be a mare. Why wouldn't it be able to be a mare? What you mean? Or you mean because of the evidence? Because it still could be a mare. It hasn't turned on any lights. If it turns on a light, then it can't be a mare. The fire has nothing to do with the mare. A little to the right. Yep, that's how you get it. I feel crazy about the damn things. I love bees, but I don't want them to be in my space. I had one yesterday, though. Funny enough, my wife was leaving, and as she left, she shut the garage and locked a bee in the garage. I was like, oh, great. So then I'm enticing it out of the garage. I'm just like, if you want to follow me, that's cool. Follow me into the driveway. And then I run back into the garage. I'm like, homie, you're going to die if you stay in the garage. You got to get out. I'm allergic, but can't afford an EpiPen. Meanwhile, just finished RV there yet. And EpiPens were like water. Oh my God. Let's bring, actually, hold on. I'm gonna put all that down. I'm gonna grab this again because I'm gonna get yelled at if I don't. I need to track where it's going. Are drops for Phas still not available? There's no drops for Phas. Correct. Not until the 16th. Stung by bee, half hour fall and foot first. No, wasp nest. Oh my god. I've been stung many a time. There was one time in my old house where we had a ground nest. If you guys have ever heard of that happening before, it's where bees literally build a nest in the ground. And we were trying to get rid of it. And as we were trying to get rid of it, a bunch of bees came out and I got stung a bunch. That was fun. I was fine, but it definitely, you know, not an enjoyable experience. Oh, it's just not here. That's cool. These bees are done with people stealing the honey. Yep. Mobilizing. Never been stung by my... You piece of shit. But my dad got stung by stepping on a bee while barefoot. I mean, okay, did he purposely step on it? A nest in the ground? Yeah. You can keep it. Hey, Lena, thank you for the rose. All right. Got it. Bee sting over jellyfish? Oh, yeah. We, when we went on vacation like a year or two ago, we went to the beach and there was like apparently some crazy overpopulation of jellyfish. And they were everywhere, literally everywhere. Okay. Ghost, you really suck. I don't know how to track you if you, oh. Okay. So you're walking around a little bit more around there. Let's get the book. I've got orbs already. Let's get this crucifix and put that over there. Yeah. Actually squished a bee with my hand and stung me. Well, you probably deserved it if you squished it. I mean, I know it was accidental, but still. I can never pick up the plushie. How did you get it? By walking up like this and then picking it up. Yeah. You might be too far away. You might have to get a little bit closer to pick it up. You pet a bee. What the hell is wrong with you? Are you walking over here by chance, hotshot? Here, we'll put that there. Now we'll get salt, maybe. Bees are fluffy and kind of cute. I mean, some spiders are fluffy. Game, please stop. How to tame a bee. What the hell kind of stream do you think this is? Scared of flies. All right, well, we can't help you there. What the hell do you think this is? Google search 101? All right. Let's do a smudge. And then after that, I still have to check for these things. Technically, we still got to check for this stuff. Let's make sure it's walking over there still. Tarantulas and jumping spiders are freaking adorable. You know, there are some of those like really tiny little jumping spiders that are pretty damn cute. This is true. Scared of bugs? That's okay. Might need to move out east instead of staying in the Midwest East area. There you are. How to cook a bee? So what you do is you take your big toe, you put it up against a wall, you pull foot back, and you kick really hard. Let me come back and let me know how that goes. Has to be barefoot though. Don't do it with shoes. Oh, you'll ruin it. You'll ruin the shoe. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Are you near? Are you laggy? The answer is yes. Where can you find a bee? Oh, on the other end of that guy's foot. No freezing. Dots might not be close enough. Let's move them a little bit. Let's bring them more like here. Which one was that? This one? EMF 5? Never mind. I was going to check for UV, but I guess we don't have to do that. Dianobake Raiju. Okay, well, it's either a Dian or a Raiju. What's the name of the ghost? David Rook. It's a Raiju. Okay. it's like times like that where I'm like, I got it. Okay, I kind of don't want to do anything else. That's all we need. Why isn't it an Obake? Because I don't have UV and I'm on Nightmare. So the way that we get it down to a Raiju and not a Dian. So we have EMF5 and Orbs. I would need UV to have an Obake. It has to be a female ghost to be a Dian. It's David Rook. Can't be that. Has to be a Raiju. Take it. Sold. Do I like APOC 3? It's fine, but I choose not to run it because it's just running at 50 speed is really annoying and slow.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready
Yes,
for
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. Best content, definitely not boring as F to snail around. Yeah, I mean, what Mike would always do, what Mike used to do all the time, which I think is the way, is he would do the APOC 3 settings, but he would change his speed to be normal speed, like his speed, so that he could still get around the map naturally without walking at 50 speed. So it was like a 14 times multiplier. That's kind of the way. Cozy 14s. What up, Noah? Yeah, that's kind of the way. But yeah, that got me a quick little 14. All right, let's go back to Willers. To Willers. What I could do, if we want to expedite this a little bit, is I could do my 0 sanity, 0 evidence and see how it goes. $14 is the coziest. Bunch of crazies. Yeah, maybe that's what we... Well, let's just see how many points we get. Let's see how many points we get by doing my 0 sanity, 0 evidence. It's a 10-12 multiplier. Let's try.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Got to head to work. Thank you for the stream. Appreciate you being here, friend. I know it's a day that I don't normally stream. I appreciate you guys stopping in, hanging out, chit-chatting. Sometimes it's a really bad time for you guys to try to pop in. If it's like middle of the week and you guys, it's really, really late. I understand if you guys can't come in. So this might actually be better for you. Make it harder. Go in and do bunnies first. What the hell's wrong with you? Okay, no blood. We're good. QD Ridgeview. No. Then Edgefield. No, they're not event maps. All right, let's do Crucifix, Smudge. The nice thing about the event maps doing it like this is that there's a bunch of light from the event stuff. So that's actually pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Motion sensor, capture. Okay. Let's go. Feeling gin? We will see. Taco. Lena, thank you for the gifts, friends. Basement. You little sneaky shit. Found it. Hunt over there. Don't hunt over here. It wants uppies. Again, go to Chinggis. I don't have those here. Shut the door. Normie. Now it's downstairs. Yeah, it's not in the basement. How do you like that, Mike? It must be bugged. It's gonna stop hunting. We're gonna have to wait again. And it's done. Like I thought. Lost? No, it's just curious and it's looking around where it shouldn't. What is the point of the trophy upgrade? To have an upgraded trophy. It's literally it. Bragging rights. That's literally the only reason. All right, let's put this guy here because that'll protect the room. Is that a partial door touch? I think it's crawling, which is really unfortunate. That sucks. pretty normal. Nothing about it stands out. Oni? Was it that visible? What the fuck? Game, please. Oh my god, stop! It's lagging every 2 seconds. Look, girl, thank you for the gamer cat. No, it's not a phantom. No. Phantoms are less visible. If it was a phantom, we wouldn't have been able to see it. Alright, let's go grab another smudge, just to be sure. Awesome sauce, hello, how are you? Do you think the ghosts can rage when they get caught on the table? I mean, what do you mean by rage? My god, game. Do most of the ghosts have line of sight speed? Most do, yes. Not all, though. Most, yes. All, no. Here, we could bring this with us, and then we could try to... Oh, my God. Try to eliminate a shade as well. Is average ghost speed closer to our walking or running speed? Well, let me hear... I can't hear my footsteps. I think it's closer to our running speed. Our sprinting speed. We know it's not a Raiju. This is a no evidence run. I'm not going to get any. I haven't smudged yet either, so we can do that too. Did Mike come in here? Oh, you're crawling again. Oh, you suck. That's not an Oni. I smudged it. I smudged it. All right. So you're pretty normal speed. Oh. There's your confirmation. Not an Oni. Not a phantom. You could... Oh, I could absolutely still get orbs. This is very true. Double salted, so you're definitely not a Galu. Normal speed within 10 meters. You're not a Dian. Not twins. Not a yokai, we did that test. You're not a Raiju, you're not speeding with electronics. Not a Rev, not a Thay, not a Wraith. Did it blow out that firelight in the room with us? I wasn't paying attention. The ghost of female. Could be a Dian anyway. So it's not a Banshee. Pretty sure it did? Okay. Not a Dio, not a Hantu. I think it would have had a Jin sprint on me from the distance, but I could make sure for sure. Mattio, hello. Thank y'all for the follows. I appreciate you. Dope. Thank you for the GGs. You've never seen someone play Phas like this ever? Really? Been watching the vids on TikTok and the tubes. So I appreciate you. What else do we have? I didn't see a shapeshift that entire time. No shot. There's a no bombo for sure. I ruined my smudge test because I came out to the vehicle. That's okay. That ain't the end of the world. I do keep randomly lagging, which is super annoying. No, it's zero evidence. Zero evidence, zero sanity. My spirit test is still intact, though. 90 seconds is up. Not a spirit. Son of a bitch, it went to the basement. How many hours do I have in Phas? A few couple. Yeah, a few couple. Hurry up. Thank you for the follow. Riley, Dillano, Madeline. Hello, Madeline, whatever. Is it a challenge or something? It's just to get more points out of the event maps. That's the main reason for it. What is special about Obombo? It changes speeds every 2 minutes. So after a minute, it will change speeds. I just saw my breath in there too. After a minute, it will change speeds. And then after that point, at the beginning of the map, it will then every 2 minutes change. You know rabbit on dots. I don't know what that is, what that question is to ask me. You know rabbit on dots. Is that like a rapper? seemed kind of quick. The update thing. I'm still trying to understand what exactly the question is. If you put dots on the eggs, you see the rabbits. Are they asking me if I know that it does that? Hey, Minion, welcome in. What's up, Zach? Hodrin, hello. Yes. Yeah, I know. This might be a demon. We'll see. I would have ruined the demon test initially because I was not out here within 60 seconds. When I find the ghost room, what should be the first thing I should get? I mean, that it depends. So situational. Like, it depends on what happens to you. That was at 25. Hey, you're walking. I'm so proud. You grew up so fast. All right. I needed to blow out one of these firelights right now. Whoa, game. Okay. The game's trying to kill me. It did not blow out. Oh, game, please stop. Okay, that's rude. You could have done that through the wall. Wait, let me see. Yeah, it might have been through the wall when it did that. You know what? Hold on. I know I dropped my lighter. Hold on. They grow up so fast. It's kind of cute getting stuck. Oh, it's kind of cute when the murdering ghost tries to get stuck on the table. It's adorable. Grab another one. It's only trying to hug me. Oh, only? Oh, okay. Yeah, like a baby. I don't know what kind of children you have, but damn. I know I brought that. I don't know why I did. There's zero reason for it. Here. Give me, give me, give me. Yeah, it's a really comfortable looping spot because it gets stuck on that table. So you can loopy loop and it's not too bad. I'm a little sus of a shade right now, so we're going to test it this way and hopefully figure it out. HH, hello. Love the bunnies watching the TV. Yeah, they're taking in their shows. They're watching the Golden Girls. This loop or the kitchen island? This is so much easier. So the ghost is in the room with us. If it blows out a firelight, we know it's not a shade because shades can't do that. If it doesn't, there we go. Shade is now off the table. It finally did it. Oh, now you want to show off, huh, you little shit? It blew it out during the first hunt. Yeah, but I wasn't 100% sure about that. So I wanted to be sure. Yeah. Which takes shade off the table. All right. Spirit is also off the table. I don't think it's throwing enough for a Pulte. Okay. Game, please. The game is trying to get me murdered, and it's not an enjoyable experience. You son of a bitch! Oh, I was gonna do a thing, you little piece of crap. Your vote's on Jin. I don't know. Did it sprint? Would you leave me alone? Little bully. Right here. Eat that. There we go. All right. So let's take this. Put that in here. Let's go get the other ones. Put them in there. I also did not hear a sprint. It hasn't kicked the power yet, but I've not heard a sprint yet. Hasn't changed room for a while. This is also, unfortunately, very true. Unfortunately, that's a very solid point. Coyote, welcome in. What's up, Cam? EG, hello. All right, we know you're here. We get it. Well, it's speeding up with line of sight. There's a difference between a ghost gaining speed over time with line of sight and a Jin's instant sprint when it has line of sight of the player and the power's on. There's a difference. Yeet. Ooh. You want to blow one of those out really fast, by the way? I'm relying more on the 20-second rule for the firelight than I am it doing the Onryo ability. I've seen the devs said they consider adding back in ghost model that copies the player model. When did they say that? The odds of an Onryo are real low at that point. Really low. Let's take you in here. You come with. Following Instagram for a while. Welcome in. Oh, now we just want to go all cuckoo crazy. No, Revy's not on the list. No. As of right now, this is what we have. Probably not you either. Hasn't done a lot of door touches. It's maybe... It went to the living room looking for me. See that right there? It's not a Jin. It slowly closed the door. I don't know if it partially touched or if it actually fully shut it. I'm not sure about that. Wow, real original. It hasn't left this room, which is really unfortunate. It's just screaming Goryo at this point. There, we do like that. What recording software do I use? I'm using OBS to stream, if that's what you're asking me. How can you tell where it is when you loop it around the car? Sound. Look at you. What? Nobody asked for you. Go away. Shoot. Skedaddle. It's cheating! Oh, fuck. Did you see what it did? Would you F off? It was going... I was trying to walk away from it. It was going back and forth, back and forth. Little piece of crap. But it also has not moved its area. Now stop. Okay, not a Yurei. Partial door touch, not a Jin sprint. I think it's too loud for a Myling. All right. Where's my crucifix? Give me. Don't you do it. Ka-chow. Not a mare. Not enough lights off. What does that mean? Yeah, it's no evidence. Yeah. Hey, Deathstalker. It's bright. That... What does that have to do with it being a mare? Well, yeah, it's going to be bright if I have the lights on. Yeah. Aren't mares less active in dark, or that another one? So the way that a mare works, mare's more so the way that it works with a mare is it's not about being active in the dark or not with a mare, because every ghost when the lights are on can't throw objects in the light. Just like, I mean, a Polty is the only one that can when it uses its ability. But when the lights are on like this, The ghost, if it's standing in the lit room, can't throw objects. That's literally every ghost. Okay. You know, I didn't like it anyway, dickhole. But, the mayor can hunt earlier if it's in the dark and will hunt later if it's in the light. 40%, it'll hunt 60% in the dark, 40% in the light. Yeah. Look behind you. It's beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate you asking me. No, it has not changed rooms. No, it's acting very Goryo. If it's not a Goryo, we're just getting thieved of another ghost. Yeah. I don't think it's hunting enough to be a freaking demon, man. I don't think so. It's not acting like a mare. That's for sure. I'm okay with going Goryo and getting the hell out of here. You're wondering about the Twitch drops. You have no idea how to get it. Well, there's none to get, so you can't get any. Not until the 16th. Yeah. Hey, Kyle, how are you? Had some pretty broken ghosts lately? You're not alone, Papa J. You are not alone. You are not the only... We gotta go Goryo. I hope this is right. What a stubborn first no evidence ghost to get. We'll find out. If it is. I can't imagine... I hate it here. That would be the first ghost we get. I got 26 points for that. Let's do another quick one. Let's do another fast one. I feel like, I'm just going to be like spamming Willow at this point. Let's go back to Willow. It's the best one to do right now. But I can get another one in before ads happen. So let's do that, actually. I think that's the way to go. Got back from getting a haircut. Then grocery shopping. Let's go. Adulting. Hell yeah. Game. Stop it. Escape. Capture photo. 3 unique video. Let's go and hear if the ghost sees any different speed. Get this. Get this. I'll double smudge. Let's go. The lag is hitting me hard today. I don't know if it's the event map or what it is. It's definitely not my computer. There we go. All right. It's not a banshee. Why? You hooker. Banshee only female. You think Doris is a male name? I think it's in the basement. It has to be. You didn't hear me. Oh, well, I mean... But if you didn't hear me, then why would you say not a banshee? Interesting. How do you get more levels? Play the game. The more you play, the better you get. The better you get, the more the faster the levels will be. Don't touch the breaker, sir. The thing you said after I said banshee only female. Okay. Zapini, thank you for the raid. How are you? Gonna call my next male character with a customizable name Doris. I like it. Oh, you saw me, you little shit. This is another normal ghost. Wait a minute. Oh god, stop lagging. I'm gonna die to the lag. Normal blinks. I mean, it's not clearing stuff off the table. Oh my god. Game, please stop. God damn, dude. I can't walk 5 feet without it making me lag. It's so bad. All right. I'm going to end it over on the talkie ticks because I'm wondering if that's causing problems. Okay. We'll try this again at some point. Maybe, well, I'm going to see if this is what's causing it though, but I appreciate you, friends. All right. We're still going. We're not going anywhere. I do have ads coming though, so we are going to hit the ads. We're going to go ahead and hit them while we're here because I don't want you guys to miss stuff. So 3 minutes every hour. I'm going to go ahead and run them now, and then we'll go back inside and figure out what the hell is going on. All right, do that. Close that. All right, ads are running. Let's go. Lagophobia is causing issues. It is today, man. Gosh dang. Flat Cap, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. I noticed the rain seems to like the... well, it's the / event map not being optimized, I think, the way it should be. Do you feel like a detective on these APOC runs? Wait, what? What the hell? Logics, what? What? How are you on this fine Saturday? I'm good. I'm doing well, friend. How are you? What ghost would I guess this is? I wouldn't guess any ghost because it has given me zero information. It has given me nothing. So we're going to go to the truck and get a couple of things that we can check for as soon as we get back inside. Hey, what's up, Herky? How are you? Christian, hello. Happy Saturday, friend. Let's grab salt. Grab this. Well, grab this. Okay. It did turn the breaker off. This is very true. I'm somehow better at no evidence runs versus nightmare runs. Hey, take it. Sold American. All right. No evidence? Correct. That is correct. I'm pretty sure the blinkies were normal, which would take away Phantom, take away Oni. Speed-wise, wait, do I have salt? I do. Speed-wise, I think was normal, so that takes away your twins. Revy. Now I have an electronic, so we can actually check for a Raiju. Moroi, Thay. I didn't see any shapeshifts. Not that I could tell. Not a Dio. All right. Not a Dian. Normal speed line of sight? Yeah. 50 seconds and then we're back. 50 seconds. Started playing Phas when it dropped on console. Your Prestige 4? Nice. Can you get the Banshee Scream on no evidence? Yes, you can. Because the Banshee Scream is not dependent on evidence. So you can get it with the parabolic microphone and you can get it with the sound recorder. And it just turned the breaker off again because it sucks at life and we hate it. Well, I guess it does suck at life because it's a ghost. What a stupid little jerk. Allergen, thank you for the gifted to Gorio. Thanks. Great. Thank you. Well, if it's a Banshee, it can stalk me because it's in the basement. So that means it could stalk me to this main floor. We haven't seen that yet. What's my favorite song? Of Destinations by Thrice. All right. Ads are done. We are back. I'm going to go turn the power on because the ghost sucks and it's mean. It's a jerkhole. Let's go. Hop out for a little. Got to get some chores done. Come back. I appreciate you, Fritz. If I'm gone, there's a good chance I'll be back later. Oh, you're crawling again. Crawling in my... Well, have I been playing Phas for like 5 years? Am I ending soon? I don't know. Probably, I mean, some point-ish, yeah. Did you see a shapeshift? Was I not paying attention? It's not a ghost. Okay, I'll let it know. I don't remember seeing a shapeshift. I didn't see one either. I don't think so. There is no curse object, so I'm not looking for one. Oh, the salt. Shit. I knew I forgot something. Oh, here it comes again. Let's go, you little cretin. walk in this other vault, please? Oh, you cheeky little bastard. It's a freaking Galoo. Well, well. What other games do I enjoy playing? All sorts of games. All sorts. I've got a playlist on my YouTube of the random games that I play, whether it's other indie horrors or whether it's not horror related at all. Yeah. Didn't step in the salt in the kitchen. It didn't step in that one, though. I don't think it did. I think it might have just been deceiving visually, unless I just got screwed over. But it stepped in the one salt, and then it lapped around and stepped in another one. And I did not lay that salt down until this hunt, and it can't change what ghost it is in the middle of a hunt if it is a mimic. Yeah, the reason it's a Galoo is because it stepped in a salt, and then more than 2 seconds later, it stepped in another one. I mean, sorry, more than 2 seconds later, it did not step in the other salt. Sorry, I said that incorrectly. Stepped in one, 2 seconds later, it did not step in the other salt. Yeah. Crossing fingers for a demonologist redo. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll talk to the boys and we'll figure it out. 23 points. Ooh, let's go. Going back to Willers, man. I hate to spam it, but it's better than trying to do like Maple Lodge or something like that. We'll see. Ghost speed depends on the ghost because there's a ghost that slows down when you hide. Well, the ghost doesn't slow down when you hide. The ghost slows down because of distance to the player. Yeah. So it can't step in salt after it already stepped in it another one 2 seconds ago within the same hunt. Yeah. Can you find out the ghost used the cursed possession? Here, let's try this one more time. I don't have one, so I can't find it. Emma Todd. All right, Emma. Let's go. Yeah, that's fine. I screwed up. I screwed up what I normally pick up. It's fine. Let's grab this. I think they're talking about a Rev not knowing. Oh, a Revy. Oh, yeah. Well, a Rev not knowing where you are, not hiding necessarily, just not being within line of sight. Yeah, when you're out of line of sight of Ghosty, then it's slow. Too far away. Rats. We've been fueled. It sounds like a lot of objects are getting thrown around, but it's hard to tell. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Loses, hello. Elias, hello. You're gonna step in that salt and you're gonna screw me. Hey, let's go. You dodged it. No. Okay, good. Hey, what's up, Mia? This time we'll get it to follow us around. Demon? I don't know about it. I don't know about a demon. It's a 0 sanity, 0 evidence run, so it can hunt me instantly. Yeah, not necessarily a demon. You saw a bone? You know what? We'll do this. Get our gin check in there. You son of a bitch. At least it's here. That ain't bad. Not a gin anymore. Never mind. Never mind. Gin check? Say less. My favorite ghost to get is a mimic. Mimics are the best. Very unpredictable. We wait. Okay, or it just doesn't leave the room. At this point, I don't want you to see me because you're about to stop hunting anyway. You don't deserve to see me. lights during the hunt, though. Can't really rely on that. All right. We'll leave the door open this time. I needed to come in here. Hey, Lord Moose. How are you? Just full of good old timing. It's just, it's something that happens often that I can't explain. What the hell is that? Ghosty. Cubicle, thank you for the follow. Dragon, welcome in. Holy ball sacks. Hey, Tiffany, how are you? Are you going to eat this or are you going to hunt from in there? You're going to ruin my plan, though, because you're going to walk in that salt when you go back to your room because you suck. Oh, you son of shit. All right, walked in one. Walked in the other. Galoo is off the table. I think it's just because it went behind the couch and I literally couldn't see it. Smudge. All right, I got a good smudge off there. All right, let me go back to the truck and get stuff and things. Of course it's calling a no. Elena, thank you for the biddies. Ah, stupid kid ghost. Stupid, stupid, stupid. All right. We know it's not a wraith. We know it's not that. Let me get one of those. Let me get one of these. Let me get one of those. Let me get one of these. Ah, shit balls. I'm going to get one of... Actually, I could use my headlamp for the... I don't want to do that. Let's do this. Let's do this. The door used to block line of sight. Oh, it still does. Oh, it absolutely still does. But I was purposely keeping it open so the ghost would see where I am. I wanted it to see us. You suck so much butt. I don't care what they say. We hate you. Not a Dio. Correct. It's not a Dio. Nailed it. Not a yokai, not twins. Not a wraith. Not a Galoo, not a Phantom, not an Oni. We'll check for Raiju on this one. No shapeshifts. Not a Hantu, not a Dio, not a Dian. Not a Revi, not a Thay. That was a little sus. Did it do a Ure thing? Where's it hunting from? Let's make... Ah, that was weird. Timing of that was weird. Oh, it's because it fartballed me. Never mind. Dude, stop it! I'm a little sus of a Ure. Just a little bit. What's making it hunt so much is that I have no sanity. Alright, we'll test like this. You can use your lighter to do the check for the Onryo, by the way. All right, we'll wait here. I know what this ghost isn't. Alive. So this ghost isn't active. You little bastard. I don't like Outlast Trials. It's too busy for me. I'm waiting for this hunt to end so I can message my wife. Yep. My God, my phone's bugging out. Okay. Go. Do this. Go there. Take this. Let's try there. We'll see what happens. Sapien, thank you for the 12 months. This room's a mess. Cleanish. Did it do that when the light was on? Throwing the object? I'm not 100% sure. I might have done it before. But it also might have roamed out of the room to do that. Wow. This ghost is an a-hole. Thank you for the awesome stream. Sapien, thank you so much. I appreciate that. 1 year, man. No hunting? Did it blow out the firelight when it was in the... Okay. I'm fairly certain it's in this room with me. Because it's throwing objects. And then you fart on me again. You know what? You're the worst. We just hate you. We hate your soul. Darkest Joker, welcome back, friend. All right. Where were we? Oh, yeah, I was sus of a Ure, right? Definitely not you guys. Not you. Have I done an official smudge test? Don't think I have. It's gonna stop hunting before it even comes back upstairs. Yeah. Hey, can you throw something in here real quick, please? Hello? Emma Todd. Emma Todd. Where are you? Are you here? Emma Todd. Emma. 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 Emma Todd, where are you? Hey, Fox, how are you? Emma. Why you no do the ting? Oh, there's the ting. All right, we're gonna go ahead and smudge you, Emma, okay? If that didn't land, I'm gonna go cry. All right, let's go back. I have a timer going. I need to quickly go to the truck and get a couple more smudges or something. Maybe I'm gonna get another crucifix, actually. I think that's the plan. I want to check for a Ure. Yeah. Cosme Day, hello. Good luck, have fun with the games. Thank you very much. Give me the other crucifix. Give me the other smudge. Give me the motion sensor so we know the ghostie's there. Groovy. Love the vids. I appreciate it. Thank you. Run in, run in, and run in, run in. Also going to turn off this damn shower. Waste of water. Watering your sticks. Just what the doctor asked for. Creepy ass music. Thank you. Shut up. Wait, is that light on or off? Wait, what did it just do? What did it just do? I heard a switch. What? Oh, it turned that light on. It's not a mare. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. All right. It's been 90 seconds. Ghosty, you're still in here, right? No, it turned on the light on the end table. Okay, you are still here. Shut up. Shut up. I think it's too loud for you. I don't think you're throwing enough for you. 90 seconds is up. Hey, can you set this off real quick? Thanks. All right, I'm going to smudge you again to buy myself another 90. All right, I really need you to mess with the door. Oh, no. Camera froze. On it. Cam Link, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. There we go. Fixed it. Fixed it. Thank you. Hey, can you do the thing? You look so focused. I just am really into the game. Ghost. Hey, Ralph, how are you? You son of a bitch. It also, I also am not convinced. Well, no. When I started, did I think that it was here? And then it went back there? You are such a shit. If it hunts, I'm dead and it's a demon. So probably not a Goryo. I don't think it's a demon. Also, it hasn't felt like it stalked me at all. It's been in the same spot the whole time. That would leave us a spirit or a Yurei. And it hunted under, it can't be a spirit, it hunted at 90, which it can hunt right now. Gamer. Door touch? Eh? Oh, if it's a mimic, that's cruel. Quick little Yurei ability before we go. Thinking about it? Have I checked for orbicals? No. No, I just roll the dice, and if it's the same speed over and over and over and over again, I typically don't think it's a mimic. Just need to stare at the door for a week to see if it's a Yurei. Yeah. Bitch. Oh, that was an event? Bitch. I got it. Oh. Look, if it's a Yurei, what a crap ghost. It's going to be... My guess right now is either a Goryo or a Yurei, and I'm going Yurei. That's my guess. Hey, did Angry? What did I do? I brought it toys to play with. It should be happy. Caramba. I just want to do some no evidence, no sanity. And the ghost is like, well, let me be one of the most annoying ghosts you could possibly have when trying to do this. I guess we'll see. Zappini, that was literally the first one I had, was a Goryo. Yeah, not fun. Hey, Beck. This game has it out for me. Bullshit. 7 times? Yeah, right. Absolutely not. No way. Garbage. Absolute garbage. Hip hip hooray. Stupid. Mandy, Goodwater, thank you guys for the follows. Astrog, hello. When? You got me. I think I maybe saw one. Maybe. That's why I was like, oh, this might be a Ure. Ure was using its ability in other houses. Oh, that's why I didn't see it. All right, let's go back again. How many points do I have now? Possibly 93%, possibly more. We'll check. We'll back out after this one. Let's see. Sorry to hear that. Flash choreos are in general. Yeah, and no evidence. They're real bad. Real bad. Isn't that a good example for the Ure and the door issues? Yeah. But then, okay, yeah, right. But then people would probably say, yeah, but you weren't exactly with the ghost the entire time. And it could have very easily have done all those abilities when you weren't there. Even though we can hear the door from there. I don't know. Whatever. What do we have now? Marsha Rook, sound recorder, video of the ghost, 3 unique videos. All right, let's get our smooge. This. Give me this. Give me this. Let's rock. Can't a brother get a different speed ghost? Damn. Marsha. Cut to ghost hunting from in this room. Crucifix. Oh. Is that a little Revenante? How did you see me? I call bullshit. I'm gonna die. Wow, that got awkwardly slow. That was weird. Revs are using electronic check nowadays and not line of sight. Is that actually happening? I also think it's a Revenant. Now, I know people have been having trouble with Revenants where like they're going really fast for reasons that they shouldn't be. Dude, I'll take a stinky Rev over a Goryo or a Ure any day of the week. Cut to Mimic. Cut to. Oh, thank God. I was so scared.
There's some jobs ready for you.
I had some good, perfect timing moments today. I really didn't want that to be one of them. That's a quick 20 event points in a minute and 25 seconds. All right, let's see how many points we have now.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Oh, 98.5. We're like 1 or 2 hunts away, I think. We've got to be like 1 or 2 away. We're so close. I thought active electronics was always the thing. Like if you use your radio. Yeah, but I think what they mean, and I could be wrong, that they're saying that the Revenants are using electronics to speed up when it doesn't even sense you. I think. All right, let's go. All right. Don't even care. Don't even care. Let's see. God, the objectives I'm getting are kind of shit. Witness to Ghost Event Crucifix, not bad. Photos, I'm not that worried about, although I can bring a camera inside. I'd rather check for Wraith. Watch me get a Thay. I wouldn't be upset. Thays are fun. Make sure we have our items set correctly. Go to my lighter, hit Q, and then we go Crucifix, Smudge, Salt. That way, whenever I cycle through my items, I go to the stuff that I need. In my order. twins or Obambo? I mean, yeah. Hey, what does the Obambo start as? Slow or fast? I also wasn't clocking the minute that it would have done the change. I'll do it now. Starts as slow. Ooh, interesting. So if the first minute it's slow, and then after that first minute it's fast. If it starts hunting and then it's slow again, we know for sure, guaranteed that it's twins and not Obambo. Slow, then speeds up, then slow again. Well, right. Well, the Obambo every 2 minutes will change, except for the first minute. It will be slow for the first minute, and then be fast for 2 minutes, and then slow for 2 minutes, and then it'd just be on that rotation. Put this down for funsies. I think it's twins too. I don't think it was Obambo slow, but I could also be wrong. We'll hear it again. Did you hear that? Hantu. It was changing speeds multiple times. So the reason I know it's a Hantu is because it was changing speed going in and out of rooms. Fast and then slow, fast and slow, because the Hantu's speed is dictated by the temperature in the room. If it's a warm room, it goes slower. If it's a cold room, it goes faster. That's why it was a little bit fast at the beginning and then slow because it walked out of its room. That's a Hantu. We were deceived. We were a deceived. Unless it is mimicking a Hantu and it was actually twins at first.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready.
Always a possibility, but I'd rather go for the actual ghost than go for mimic. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, we're so close. What are your settings for the no evidence, no sanity? It is, oh, right here. There's my player settings. There's my ghost settings. There's my contract settings. This is for my 0 sanity, 0 evidence. My comfortable 0 sanity, 0 evidence. If I could put it that way. That's the way I like to think of it. Arlo, thank you for the follow. Been playing for 3 years. I'm still learning new stuff. I've been playing for 5 and I'm still learning new stuff all the time. All right. This might be the one that gets me the trophy upgrade. Maybe. So, wait, hold on. Let me back out, actually.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Oh, never mind. That was it. That was the one. On to my next upgrade. What do my sticks look like now? Oh, wait. Is the upgrade that it's... Oh, wait. Is this the upgrade? The fire? Well, Beck, you could just do a clip. Go back and clip, and then you can do it that way. Sticks and oh, look at it. The sticks and the fireflies or the glitters. Oh, look at it. Now we have fire and sticks. Let's go. See, and I slowed myself down with these trophy upgrades because I wanted to have something I could do the next time. If I do every single trophy upgrade in one go, I have nothing else to upgrade. So, like, if I save this one for the next one now, that means I have that to do next year while also getting the badges and all that stuff. So, nice. Those are some very fire sticks. They are very fire sticks. I would have to agree. I'm gonna get a screen grab of those fire sticks. Gotta get ready for work. See you, Spicy. Have a good one, friend. Nice. Nice. Anybody that's been asking about drops, and if you've been asking about them because of this, make sure you check your dates, friends. Because this says March. We are not in March. Someone thought we were in March. We're not, though. Yeah, don't listen to them. All right. I think we need a tangle run. I think we've earned ourselves a tangle. My favorite seasonal event as of now is the Halloween event until they change things. For sure. Oh, yes, the past. I remember it well. Oh, yes, yes. Quite. Parabolic microphone ghost event and an EMF. Sure. Sure. That guy, give me that guy. Let's go. Oh, yesterday during viewer games, I think we finally heard the conch shell. Why does it sound like a wolf? Explain that one. We need a 4th of July event. I don't think we're going to be getting a 4th of July event for people that live across the pond. Yeah. You heard it. I think so. I think we did. I swear to God, it sounded like a wolf. I'm not joking. Hello? All right. Was that a lamp? Wait, it's it. I heard that, right? Did I hear that? I did hear that. It's not a mare. Let's go. All right, I don't know where you are here, but I'm gonna go quickly get a UV. I thought I heard that. Boxster, thank you so much for the 3 months. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you for the sub. You've had it multiple times, the conch? Yeah, I don't know why it sounds like that. All right, I've already got that in there. Let's get this in there. Let's get that in there. No, this is a nightmare. This is not custom. This isn't no evidence anymore. We do get evidence. Quickly. All right, unless UV does not show up on those. I don't think we have UV. Oh, you're in here. Ah, yes. Here, put that down. Got Island Walrus. Oh, hey, how are you? During yesterday's viewer games, you were doing. Does the link use to have people be in a queue, not like mobile app on Twitch? It's a browser link. Yeah, it's not a Twitch extension. Yeah, it's completely separate. What did I miss? You missed everything. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and watch the entire thing now. I do apologize. All right, I'll double check with the salt just to be sure. Hi, the Walrus. How's it going, friend? Ooh, sneaky stream. Ooh, and there might be another one later too. Not sure what I'm doing yet. This one was focused on me wanting to try to upgrade my trophy, which we just did. Would you stop it? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Let's double check this. Oh, I see my breath. Yeah, now we're talking. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? What's up, Doodle? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Damn, dude, you're not giving me anything. Not giving me shite. I don't have orbs. I don't have freezing. I don't have... Okay. What the hell? Potential sneaky double. I think that might be the plan. I think I'm going to take a break to do lunch things and go hang out with Joe and clean the house a little bit. And then later on, probably do another one. Yeah. Friendly Doodle, how are you? Maybe it's just shy and it doesn't want to show when I'm there. We'll let it do its thing while I'm away from it. Oh no, we had an orb show up after like 10 minutes earlier, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just a hidden orb. Trophy is quite the grind. It certainly is. It takes a bunch of points depending on what difficulty you're playing on. So, oh, you sneaky. It's a throw down a short. That's dots. Closer to your normal time or just some point? Probably earlier than that. Probably way earlier. Yeah. We have dots. Sneaky, sneaky snake. Let's grab this. Grab that. Grab this. Yeah, let's go. Out here for work. Have a good one, dude. Sneaky streamer. Hey. I warned at least a few people yesterday. A few couple, right? It's really bright. All right, we're looking. I was going to say we are looking for Goryo dots. He has other plans. Go back to your room. Go, shoot. Skedaddle. Bah. All right. Hey, Nico, I'm good. How are you? We have dots all over that room. Right now, we're checking for Goryo dots. So we're trying to see if... Oh, you know what? Actually, it'd be my best interest to do that. We're trying to see if we see the dots in person or not. Would you relax? Good Lord. Do you need to be out of the map to see the Goryo dots? No, you just have to be out of the room where the ghost is. Oh, wait. Duh. So I could do it like this to be... I'm just saying, Goryo is still a possibility. No, it's nightmare. It's not insanity. Have to make some coffee. Ooh, let's go. I'll have some a little bit later. I already had one this morning. I'll have another one after lunch or something. Real mature, dude. Blazing welcome in. By the way, side note, if you guys are not already in the Discord server, the Discord link is in chat, at least on the Twitch side. That's usually where I update my schedule and things. This was very impromptu. This was a, I'm not sure if I was going to or not. That's why I didn't, that's why I mainly did not do the things and stuff. And I didn't tag the server because of how early it was. So I was like, I'll tag later. Did we see that in person? No, it was really fast. It's so annoying. Here, I'll stop that. Oh, I should probably do this, shouldn't I? How do you join the server? Click on the link for the server. Yeah. The Discord link right there. Or you can go from the socials. Zen, thank you for the 15 months. Welcome back. Welcome back. I would... that was a little more obvious. I don't know why it's showing up and going away so fast. That one was... I wish it would be way more obvious. Like, show up and just walk at us only in the camera. Like, that never happens. Never. I also don't think we saw it in person. I think it is a Goryo. And we have the evidence for it too, because I have EMF and I have dots. Stuck on step 2 out of 3. Have you tried using a different browser? That might be helpful, Taku. See, what sucks sometimes is like you have a ghost that does a certain ability or it has a trait about it that you want to show. And whenever you want to show it, it will never do whatever you want it to do. Ever. Azarx, welcome in. It's crazy annoying. Shows up for a heartbeat and then it's out of here. Whatever, dude. F you. Can't find it. It's discord.gg/FlashForce. Yeah. Discord.gg/FlashForce. Yeah. Trying the laptop, use Discord mostly on the phone. I got you. Always find dots hard to get. It can be, depending on what ghost you have. Parabolic and capture a photo of an EMF. Well, we can do that. We just got back from a dog show. It was stressful. Oh, you have dogs? Then wait, you have doggos on the dog show? Capture a photo of the EMF. Parabolic. Do this. We know what the ghost is. I'm not too worried about trying to make it hunt, but we'll see. Almost every Goryo I've had recently have been the most stubborn pain in the butt because they refuse to give dots the entire game. Or the dots you get are so fast. All right. Give me your voice in 3, 2, 1. Damn. Hey, Galaxy. We're having a good Saturday, friend. I'm gonna be getting lunch soon and hanging out with the doggo and working on editing some stuff, and then thinking about doing an extra stream as well. A little bit later. My own. I handle her in the ring. Oh, that's cool. Hey, do EMF stuff so I can take a photo of it. You jerk hole. Does the parabolic count as evidence? What evidence would it count as? Did I just get it? No. Oh. Good chow. Spirit box. You're wondering if the parabolic microphone would count as spirit box? Hey. Chat. Christopher Harris. Christopher. You look very tall. Why do you look so tall? What the hell? Christopher. Help him start the mower. Oh, is that what he needed? Oh, my bad. I got you, bucko. There you go. Now we can all die in the garage. Okay, that's depressing. Could it help decipher the ghost? I mean, it can help you figure out what the ghost is. Yeah, for sure. But this is the spirit box. Yeah, you can't use another object and get the spirit box unless you have the spirit box. Yeah. Where's Norm? Oh, he's not here. I didn't know if I wanted to offer him up to the Goryo because the Goryo is a butthole. Listen, if you want to make Norm talk, I would not be upset. Let me turn off these stupid dots. Get that buzz out of there. Yeah, this is on Nightmare. We'll give it the magical conch too. Oh, that's also the light. It's from here, isn't it? Oh, no, it's down here. What? There's so many buzzing lights. It's so annoying. Oh. Oh no, that's part of the event. I thought I got it. You shadowy bastard. Damn it. Ghosty. Come on. Finally found the stream. Finally found the stream. Shit, I haven't been hiding it anywhere. I feel like it just threatened me and then started a timer. Yeah, I'm not here for it. Norm, tell him to piss off. Stupid ghost. Part of the event, what was that? Oh, the shadow thing? Yeah, that was an event. Yep. He was doing a countdown. You have 10 seconds to comply. Get me out of here. Time's running out. You better hurry. Join the server? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ghosts are fun. You know, they definitely can be.
There's some jobs ready for you.
I thought only the bunnies were part of the event. The Tanglewood's not an event map right now. Are you not streaming Sunday and Friday? Why wouldn't I be streaming Friday? I'm still streaming tomorrow. Yeah, nothing's changed. It's just today's bonus. Today was just added because I had the time. Yeah, right now it's Nels, Grafton, Willow, and Maple. Yeah. What up, D? Welcome over, friend. All right. I think we're going to cut it there for now. And then I don't know when, but I'm thinking of doing another stream a little bit later. So what I'll do is I'll have lunch and hang out with Miss Josephine and work on editing some stuff, and then we'll see about later because the fam is they're not back until later tonight. So it's still going to be just us, meaning I could still go again. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Not sure. If you guys ever have suggestions, always please feel free to put them in the Discord. But let's go find someone to raid. We did get our upgraded trophy that we've been working on. So I now have another full upgrade that I can do next year if I wanted to. If I wanted to. Also, I don't know if it wasn't just someone on the leaderboard has been using exploits, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get banned. Josie on stream later. Listen, I would leave the door open and let her roam down here. The issue is that there's no one else here. So if she needs to go to the bathroom or something like that, and she's trying to let me know, then it's a problem because she can't let me know. So I just go upstairs and just keep checking on her. Yeah. Maybe you could finish the floor above. I could. We could continue floor above. This is very true. Very true. All right. Kick and Tube, appreciate your friends. We're going to raid. If you want to come over to Twitch, please feel free always. I think my OBS is about to crash. We should quickly raid. I'm going to look from my phone. When I clicked the stop, it said, whoops, OBS has crashed, but it hasn't shut anything down yet. I'm going to quickly look on my phone. Let's see. Also, don't forget about the 24/7 channel. I added some more recent VODs to that, by the way. I need to add some of I need to add the floor above and things like that. But I did add a few of the latest Phasmo streams. You know what? I haven't rated her in probably ages. Let's go there. All right. I'm going to type this. I'm so afraid to do it from my phone, from the computer, that it's going to do something. So I'm going to do it from my phone. All right. So that's the raid command for followers. That's if you're a sub. If you're a creepy tier 3, that's for you. Hold. I'm trying to do the things. Trying to do the things. Okay, good. It's working. Okay, good. I'm so glad I can do this from mobile. Because the second I click yes on this, it's going to shut off OBS. Which, after we raid, that's totally fine. That's totally okay. Thank you for the stream. Gonna sleep. It's past 2 a.m. in Australia. Have a good night, friend. Yeah, we'll say hi to Beppis. I haven't said hi to Beppis in forevers. Beppis is another Kinetic partner. If you guys are ever looking for another place to go, if there's special Kinetic drops or something like that, Beppis is another one that can do it. Beppis does a lot of Phas, but also plays a lot of other games too. You will love. You will love. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I'm just gonna end it because, or just gonna raid, because I can't switch to my end screen. I'm afraid if I switch to my end screen, it's going to crash, literally crash. So, thank you. I will see you guys later. I'll keep you guys posted. If you don't see a notification from Twitch, you'll get a notification in the Discord that I'm going live. Okay? But appreciate you, friends. Love you all. Bye.